Rod Laver, and we're wishing him all the best in his recovery.
You said it.
Playing over 30 tournaments a year, playing singles and doubles, and please, 3 straight tournaments.
Well, they had a great first serve and then didn't do anything when he got to the net.
Now,
Agassi capitalized.
15-14.
So this, a good reach, keeps the point going. And what balance by Andre to stay on his feet and forceful when he was nearly knocked down by the serve.
Double break point for Agassi.
13-14.
Well, they ruled it out. The linesperson, Lars Graf, overruling it immediately.
Let's listen to Andre. Well, he doesn't have anything to say.
Very decisive by the chair. He didn't waste any time.
I thought he had an ace.
Good call.
Still the breaker.
First ace for Delgado.
Juice.
21-year-old.
Response. Not a good response at all.
Very powerful on that first serve when he needed it, though, but coming back with a couple of break chances for Agassi. The old Bronx cheer.
Scotty on the line there. Gets cheered. He's a good linesman.
Agassi controlled the court, circling around the backhand, but then let it get away. 3 consecutive points for Delgado.
Each man coming out of break points.
Straight volley on the run by Delgado. He ever flatten that one out. So Agassi can't break through. Had 2 break chances. We're still on serve. Delgado 4-3.
RCA TV with new Guide Plus Gold, the faster, easier way to find what you want to watch. Now that's exciting.
It comes in a flash and leaves in a heartbeat. It's opportunity. If you own a business like I do, you know all about it. You either jump all over it or you get in the long line of shouldas and couldas.
Opportunity? It's $1 million idea.
For me, it was knowing when to go out on my own.
Or finding a tool that makes doing business easier. The Gold Corporate Card for Small Business from American Express.
It's easy to apply. Call now.
The card started as a way to simplify bookkeeping. Today, it also provides savings at Kinko's, FedEx, and other businesses. And our dedicated Small Business Services Group offers savings on health and dental care, as well as equipment financing.
They do all that so I can stay ahead of the curve.
It's easy to apply. Call 1-800-SUCCESS.
Let American Express give your business the power to do more.
Even the cutest pets can be little stinkers. So use Arm & Hammer Carpet and Room Deodorizer with the power of baking soda. Look, our odor detector shows strong pet odors, but Super Pet Fresh actually eliminates them. No buts about it. You need Arm & Hammer.
Next, a rematch of last year's semifinals. The Houston Comets and Cynthia Cooper face the Charlotte Sting and Andrea Stinson. The WNBA semifinals, next on NBC.
Andre Agassi getting ready to serve for the 4th time of the match, trailing Delgado 3-4. When I spoke with him yesterday, I asked him if there was one thing he'd still like to accomplish in his career. What would that be?
There's nothing I really want to do more than win every slam, which would be the French Open. That would be the most awesome accomplishment I could think of. But But if I can't have that one, I'd choose to play the U.S. Open another 10 years.
I like that smile in his eye.
That's what I like to
another
hear.
decade because of the magic and what the U.S. Open means to him.
I really like to hear that. Well, he's right. Neither he nor Sampras has won the French. There are only 4 men who have won all 4 majors. Fred Perry, Roy Emerson, Don Budge, and Rod Laver. So that would be a nice void to fill in for either Pete or Andre.
Andre has turned out over the last 12 months to be one of the best stories in all of sports. He has fallen in love with the game again. There's no doubt about that.
He convinced me at Wimbledon, even though he had a bad loss to Tommy Haas.
15.
I know you talked to him yesterday, Joel, and I talked to him at Wimbledon. He looked me in the eye and he said, I realized that time does not wait for you, and I have a gift, and I have got to make the most of it. That's when he convinced me that he really wants to do it, really wants to play, because it was shameful the way he let himself go down.
Great
Wow.
touch. Great touch.
15 on.
Perfect little drop.
Well, I like the way Delgado is taking it to Agassi. He's certainly not the favorite in this match, and yet he's playing better offensive tennis than Andre. And we didn't expect that.
30-15.
Well, he's very aggressive. He's gone to the net 11 times now, successful on 9 of those 11. He's mixed things up nicely.
So he is not intimidated.
Just long. Game point coming up for Agassi.
And Delgado, a kid from a country with no tennis tradition. It's so hard to develop when there isn't much that's gone before you. And he's doing so well under Raul Viver, who's coach in Ecuadorian.
Game Agassi.
So one of the most economical holds for Agassi at 15. Takes us to 4-all in this opening set. Don't forget tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern. You won't want to miss it. 8 Eastern as well as Pacific on NBC. The U.S. Gymnastics Championships, just a few blocks down the street from here, right here in Indianapolis at Market Square Arena. It's tonight, prime time.
You could catch a Greyhound and be here. No, it's just long.
Great defensive lob to get back into the point, though.
It was a wonderful point. Andre, I think, was smart in letting the ball bounce on that smash.
Love 15.
Delgado did not have the service game going early. He's picked up the pace. In fact, he lost 6 of his first 7 first serves. He's converted on 15 of the last 21, though.
Well, that hurts because he played it so well until then. And there's the points.
Rios falls out, though, even though Sampras lost. As you just mentioned, in New Haven, he'll take over the #1 spot. Rafter couldn't capitalize either. He got beat in his second match in New Haven.
Well, it's a very interesting season from this standpoint. You really can't say there's a #1 player in the game right now. There's nobody who stands out, nobody who's dominant. Oh.
Beautiful ace. Bender with pace, his second. And Bud, you make a real good point. It's the first time in a long time, though, we don't have that clearly defined #1 player.
Sampras is struggling. He wants to be #1 for 6 years in a row to beat Jimmy Connor's record, but he's not looking that way. And he played so well at Wimbledon, but that really is about the only shining moment in the year for him. Rios has had a couple of chances, and he just fades when he gets there. Korda fades when he gets there. And Rafter's the guy who really looks like he wants it and has a lot of good things for him, but he's not the best player.
Huge point now early in the match for Delgado. He doesn't hold. Agassi will be serving for the opening set.
Jesus, service winner.
When he needs it, he's got the big first serve, and that was 116. He's been up as high as 125.
Placement did more for him there than speed.
Really came in the kitchen, as they say, on Agassi. So Agassi now only 1 for 6 on break points. Did it again, bud. Great first serve.
Oh, boy.
Great first serve.
And that was only 97 miles an hour.
Took him out wide.
Took a little bit off. A changeup. So Agassi, look at him serving 86%, but just keeping him even.
Three consecutive points for Delgado. A chance to hold.
You expect a guy of Andre Agassi's ability and experience to stand tough on the difficult points, but Delgado has stood just as tough this afternoon.
Court available. Agassi took advantage of it.
Cheers.
With the way Agassi has played a couple of short matches, 143 minutes, 154 minutes yesterday, I don't think anybody thought this would go 39 minutes into the first set. First serve over at deuce.
Oh! Boy, that was a good chance.
Came in and tried to get it early.
Yeah, he just rushed it.
Game point Delgado.
Second serve that was, right off the service line.
He said, I've got nothing to lose. I'm going to take plenty of chances. I feel like this is my tournament. He's done that on second serves regularly. On serve, Delgado has the edge at 5-4.
Are you insane? That ball wasn't even close. That ball was out. Are you crazy, man? That ball was out. Die haben sogar in die Pfanne gespuckt. Get out of my face with that thing. Mann, warum immer ich die Vollidioten kriege? It was out, out, out. It was out. Ah! My grandmother could have seen that and she was in Hamburg.
RCA Digital Focus. So clear and sharp, you'll change your mind about projection TV.
Good call.
Among other things.
How's the chicken?
Another Nokia discovery. Small words are hard to read, which is why at Nokia, we make wireless phones with screens that are big, so they're easier to read. Inspired technology with a human touch. Nokia. Connecting people.
Snap.com, the search engine that gets you instant answers, brings you the Snap Instant Poll.
Who is the greatest men's tennis player ever?
Vote today on Snap.com and see what the rest of the country thinks. Snap.com. Saturday Night Live presents the best of its greatest stars. Each week it's a different star. Tonight it's the best of Eddie Murphy. Won't you be my neighbor? And the best of Chris Farley. Plus Dan Aykroyd, Gilda Radner, Bill Hartman. It's the all-time best stars and their funniest moments. Tonight on NBC.
Andre Agassi serving, trying to extend this opening set, trailing 4-5 to Ramon Delgado, the 21-year-old from Paraguay. How close has it been between these two? Well, 3 of the last 4 games have gone to deuce into this opening set. Neither player has even won 2 straight games.
And Andre has missed only 4 first serves. He's had to serve pretty darn well to stay in the set. There's the 5th.
Too tough. Delgado with a wary glance at Agassi.
But what a bang point that was, because Delgado took it early and whipped it right back, and Andre took it earlier. Bing, passing it.
Took Delgado completely out of the court with that serve.
What a first serve percentage. And you see what he does with it. Not so good with the second, though. Well, the second serve is a player's backbone.
Agassi held at 15. His last service game is best so far. Trying to make it another economical hold here. Could bode well for later in the match. The temperature close to 90, humidity up as well. And it is a very short service game for Andre Agassi, holding at love. And we continue to be all even in this opening set, 5 apiece.
So there are the titles. Agassi has met Rios in one of those finals and lost the Lipton when Rios just outquicked Andre. But that was back in March.
Precision shot making coming from Delgado, and as you say about Rios, it's almost like it's been 2 different years for Rios. The way he started the year, getting to the first Grand Slam final before losing the court, and then winning Indian Wells and Key Biscayne. Second half has not been so kind.
No. Well, he fired his coach, Larry Stefanki, which is very strange. Larry with him took him from number 125 to number 1, and just gets a message you're through.
15 on.
So,
and Stefanki said, "I'd never want to be affiliated with Rios again." Stefanki was a little bit upset.
Well, he was justifiably so, but Nick Bollettieri has taken over the coaching of Rios, and perhaps he can get him a little better motivated on the big occasions.
Second serve down the middle. He goes for it on the second serve regularly.
And Delgado is really thinking throughout this match. He is moving the serve around, and although he's a very strong server who has gotten up to 125 miles an hour, he has changed speeds and spins. He's thinking through it.
14.
Makes it look easy. Following that one in. So many more net approaches than Andre Agassi. And a super percentage when he does get there. 11 of 15. Not a bad way to close it out, making his statement. So a hold at 15 with the third ace from Delgado. Agassi trying to force a tiebreak when we come back.
This is music that speaks to your heart. This is music with a message. Feel the power of Songs for Life, the ultimate new collection of contemporary Christian hits, featuring all your favorite artists. Amy Grant. Stephen Curtis Chaplin. Michael W. Smith. Ray Bowles. Get Songs for Life on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes for just $12.99. Then audition other Songs for Life albums. There's no minimum to buy. Cancel anytime. Feel the power of the best in contemporary Christian music. Get Songs for Life today. Call now.
To order Songs for Life, use your credit card and call 1-800-905-6565. That's 1-800-905-6565. Or send $12.99 for 2 cassettes or 2 CDs, plus $3.95 shipping and handling to Songs for Life, Department 1, Richmond, Virginia. Or call 1-800-905-6565.
In 2 weeks on NBC, Notre Dame football returns with a bang as the Fighting Irish take on reigning national champion Michigan. Running back Autry Denson leads ND versus Ty Streets and the Wolverines in the season opener as college football's top rivalry takes the field. September 5th, Notre Dame football is home on NBC.
The only ones that could possibly outdo Bud Collins, those famous RCA mascots Nipper and Chipper. They have been prowling around the Indianapolis Tennis Center all week long, trying out a few courtside moves of their own during these dog days of summer, posing for pictures and at $1 a shot. Those two, they've raised $2,000 for the tournament's charity. I'd love to hear that. Riley Hospital for Children. Welcome back to the RCA Championship semifinal Saturday. Joel Myers along with Bud Collins, and what an opening semifinal we have between Andre Agassi and Ramon Delgado. Not many knew about Delgado coming in. It's his first semifinal ever. Knocked out Pete Sampras at the French Open in the second round and has been the aggressor here in the early going against Andre Agassi, trying to force the play at the net.
He has removed the white cap that he started with, similar to Agassi's.
Just wide. Agassi trying to take the second opening set rather to a tiebreak. Last 2 service games he held at love and 15. Cross-court winner on the run.
That was sweet stroke making from both ends.
15 all.
And it took Andre until the 14th stroke of the rally to do that. And he had to hit a perfect shot to win the point.
There was only his second winner on the forehand side of the 12th game of the set. Unforced error right there, number 9.
What an opening here for Delgado. 2 points from set.
Surprised how that Agassi was going to hit behind his opponent and go back into the backhand corner of Delgado. Instead, set points now for Delgado. Delgado in one service game early in this opening set had 4 break opportunities, went 0 for 4 in that single game. for 6. Has another here on his second serve to try to take advantage of and close out the set. Unbelievable ground strokes.
Delgado just went at Agassi in your face with 4 hands, but the last one he couldn't keep it in the court.
Sure taking his chances. Looking for the down the line winner, and he knows it was so close. First serve over at deuce.
Delgado is reading the ball so well when it goes to his right.
Third double fault for Agassi. What a time for that.
Well, is he feeling the pressure?
Third set point for Delgado. That'll take care of it in a hurry. But it's on for ace number 2. Back first serve. And finally, a look at a game point for Andre Agassi.
From 2 set points down, he's hit 2 service winners and an ace. Oh, there's a kicker again.
We go to a tiebreak in this opening set. And what were the odds, Bob, that this opening set, the 21-year-old from Paraguay, who had never faced Agassi, who he said he is an idol of his, would last almost 1 hour?
Well, I was hoping Delgado would make a show of it. He's a nice kid, and I thought his first semifinal in the big time, and I hope he isn't embarrassing himself.
No, I don't think Agassi wanted this much of a show of it.
No.
Agassi on the plus side. On the tiebreak record we just saw, 12-8. Tried to take it on the move. Not close. First point belonging to Delgado. Couple of serves now for Agassi. Unforced errors, identical. Such an even first set.
Ooh.
Good read by Delgado. Now can he break him twice to start the tiebreak? And he needs the big first serve. He's been coming through in the last service games, the last couple of service games with it. That is ace number 3.
What a pair of backhands.
Great replies from both players.
3-1 Delgado.
Delgado goes down the line and is ready to angle it cross court.
3-1 Delgado. pass from Agassi.
Well, what a gamble. It didn't work. Serve and volley on the second ball.
3-2, Delgado.
This kid is having fun, Delgado. He thought he would surprise Andre. He didn't.
Agassi trying to get even in the tiebreak for the first time. He does exactly that as he'll change ends. Another serve coming for Agassi. Trying to take the edge for the first time he's held on both his serves.
Well, Delgado was bold, playing serve and volley on a second ball with a 3-1 lead. But of course, it will be revealed whether it was costly.
He's had so much success at the net, but 18 net approaches. He's capitalized 13 times. And the easy put away. So a couple of folds for Agassi in his first lead in the tiebreak at 4-3.
4-3, Agassi.
They've been pounding away at each other from the baseline. Agassi has not needed to come in. He's only been in 3 times now. Perfect 3 for 3.
Situation change. Must holds now for Delgado.
Holds on that first serve. 4 apiece. Why should the tiebreak be any different than the first 12 games?
They have each had a hand on the other's jugular from the start.
Oops. And now a couple of serves for Agassi. If he holds, he takes the opening set.
5-4, Agassi.
Regardless of the outcome, you can tell that Delgado is already savoring this moment on Stadium Court this afternoon.
Yeah, he has treated it as it should be treated. A privilege, thrill. Let's go after the other guy. If we beat him, great.
Try to capitalize on a second serve now. Agassi dictated the point. And now the opportunity to close out the set.
6-4, Agassi.
So Delgado, whose forehand has been so prominent in this first set, misses 2 of them to go into the dinger and face the set points.
Pretty objective crowd here in Indianapolis.
Well, you've been waiting, Joe. You kept saying somebody's got to try a drop shot. What a time
6-5, Agassi.
Guts of a gambler. Hard to believe that he waited that long, though, with a couple of set points for Agassi and still another set point coming up for Andre Agassi. Not any longer. It's all even at 6 in the tiebreak after the 4th ace of this opening set for Ramon Delgado, who's amazed us all. Didn't know what to expect coming in, but he has delivered in his first semifinal ever.
What a rouser. Look at that. I thought it would be closer. And each man has resisted set points.
Don't forget Delgado on that last service game for Agassi had a couple of chances to close out the set. Short reply. Delgado thought it was going to go long, but it just caught the baseline.
7-6 Agassi.
This opening set has already gone longer than 2 of the 3 matches that Andre Agassi won to get here. Can it close the door? At least on the first set. Agassi does it, but it took 61 minutes. He wins the tiebreak and captures the opening set over the gutsy Ramon Delgado.
Dateline Sunday. She killed as a teen. As an adult, she tried to kill again. Should kids who commit violent crimes be given a clean slate? Then a football accident left him paralyzed and near death. Now see how he's beating the odds in his remarkable recovery. Plus, can elephants really talk? See and hear the incredible answer. Dateline Sunday, 8, 7 Central.
Show me the money. We all want more, but how do you get it? Rod Maloney can show you. His money reports are all about helping you make it, keep it, save it, stretch it.
It's easy. All it takes is a plan.
From choosing the right life insurance to starting your own business, Rod has finance tips that can help.
If you're smart with your money, you could end up a millionaire.
Rod Maloney's Show Me the Money reports on the Newsbeat at 6.
Margaret White on carpet, and why she cleans it with Stanley Steamer.
I have 2 careers. One's at the office, the other starts the minute I get home. So I need a carpet cleaner that knows that my time's worth far more than money.
Some carpet cleaners keep you waiting, but Stanley Steamer schedules arrival times at your convenience. They're on time, and they're a pleasure to have in your home.
Stanley Steamer makes you feel right at home.
Call today for this great special, only from Stanley Steamer.
It's DOC's 52nd anniversary, and that made me wonder why we've been so popular for so long. And then I thought, who cares? DOC, 52 years, 52% off every single frame. Since DOC started in 1946, clear disposable contacts are 1946. Plus, kids can get an eye exam for only 1946. DOC, 52 years, 52% off.
The world's largest stove is back on Dateline Detroit tonight at 7 on 4.
The RCA Championships are brought to you by RCA, proud sponsor of the 1998 RCA Tennis Championships. RCA, changing entertainment again. By Mercedes-Benz. By Nokia, connecting people. And by Nike.
Welcome back once again to warm Indianapolis. Joel Myers along with Bud Collins. Due to time constraints, we move ahead in the second set. Both Agassi and Delgado held serve to start the set. Agassi serving now at 1-all. The heat has been a factor for a number of players, not Delgado, who grew up in Paraguay, or Andre Agassi, who likes it. He said the hotter the better, but Todd Martin at the end of his match yesterday, and he took it in a couple of tie breaks. He said he couldn't have gone any further, possibly. It was tough.
No, against the clever Moroccan, Isham Marazi, who is one of my favorite players to watch. Pair of tiebreakers, and Martin barely got out of it. Well, Delgado tried to chop. You don't see that very often. So Agassi gave him a shot we used to call the Solly slop. Here's the chop. Now, Agassi, just with this big angle, Harold Solomon used to do that, just roll it over an angle that you couldn't get. We called it the Solly slop. Nice to see it revived. And he got the line.
Got the baseline, 15 all.
Gabriella Sabatini used to be able to hit that shot so well, too.
The Solly slop.
The Solly slop. Harold Solomon, one of the game players in American tennis history. Little guy, one of the Delgado twins with Eddie Gibbs. Harold Solomon was in the French final in 1976 against Adriano Panade. Barely lost it in the 5th set. During that match, he drank 18 quart bottles of water. That's the kind of day it was. And then he lost probably 10 pounds, and he couldn't afford to.
14-18.
Could be an economical service game for Agassi after his really extended his first service game of this second set. A couple of break tries for Delgado.
He's had very few. He's only held once at love.
That was towards the end of the first set when he had those back-to-back service games, holding at 15 and love. Delgado's got the wheels.
Well, let's have some fun, says Ramon. If I'm going to have to run this hard, I'm going to make you run harder. And the lob clearly defeats Agassi in the point. Joel, that's one you and I couldn't make.
Great placement, though, for the ground strokes of Andre Agassi deep in that forehand corner. Kept Delgado on the defensive. Holds at 30. 2-1 edge for Agassi in the second set.
RCA TV with new Guide Plus Gold, the faster, easier way to find what you want to watch. Now that's exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, Vita Nelson is our guest. She's the editor and publisher of the Money Paper. We're talking about dividend reinvestment plans. Vita, how does one actually get started?
All you need is one share of stock. You can send from as little as $10 or even $10,000 without paying any commissions to a broker. These are the solid companies. These are the companies that have paid dividends for many, many years, and the reason no one knows about these plans is because no one has any vested interest in promoting them. If you pick from among the 873 different companies in our guide to dividend reinvestment plans, you are doing yourself the biggest favor in the world.
And you might even have fun doing it.
Where can I get some information on the Money Paper?
Call now. You'll get the guide to dividend reinvestment plans at a special promotional price. It has every company that accepts direct investments. Plus, you get a free copy of the Money Paper. You'll see how easy it is to invest without a broker.
Call 1-800-294-0700. That's 1-800-294-0700.
Snap.com, the search engine that gets you instant answers, brings you the Snap Instant Poll.
Who is the greatest men's tennis player ever?
Vote today on Snap.com and see what the rest of the country thinks. Snap.com.
20-year-old sensation Matt Kuchar. Last year, he succeeded Tiger Woods as U.S. Amateur Champion. Then this year, posted impressive showings at the Masters and the U.S. Open. Now, this exciting rising star with the easy smile returns to defend his title, the U.S. Amateur Championship. Coverage begins next Saturday at 2 Eastern on NBC.
Lathering up with a fresh dose of sunscreen. It's not that got milk ad. Andre Agassi ready to go. Trying to break through new balls. Delgado working with.
It's not Kahlua, is it?
Missed with the green.
Well, Delgado playing keep up now. Playing it well.
The angles, both have been cutting. Hard to believe sometimes, especially from that deep. Two quick points for Delgado.
On a day like this, you love him.
There have not been many quick service games for Delgado. This could be the first. In fact, this would be the first time he would hold it low. So much for that story.
14-15.
Well, he's put it up there like a lollipop, and Andre had no alternative.
He's gone for so much today on second serves. Didn't go down, and it never came up for him. Little slice action from Agassi.
He doesn't use it much. And the slice got to Delgado.
Delgado cramping the style of Agassi, coming inside with that. Just barely catching inside the baseline. Dead even in the second set, identical to what we saw in the opening set. Andre Agassi is run serve, trying to get a slight edge on Ramon Delgado.
This match still very much up in the air. Delgado playing as though he thinks he can win it. Whoa!
And with answers like that, he can. Lunging forehand on the run. Super angle. Well, this is starting out like the first service game of the second set for Andre Agassi, when Delgado had a couple of looks at a break. How close? That close. 68-67. And tie it up now. At 68 apiece. Ace number 5 for Andre Agassi. Backhand is serving Agassi well. Kept Delgado on the move.
Andre taking the ball as quickly as it leaves the court on the backhand. It's ping pong the way he plays that.
3 consecutive points for Agassi. Now he's got Delgado talking to himself.
At least it's in Spanish.
I was going to say, you're the interpreter, bud. Kelly's looking for the kicker in the ad court. Kane into the body of his opponent. 4 consecutive points to close out the service game for Andre Agassi. He's got the slight edge after taking the opening set. It's 3-2 in the second set.
Are you insane? That ball wasn't even close. That ball was out. Are you crazy, man? That ball was out. Die haben wohl in die Pfanne gespuckt. Get out of my face with that thing. Mann, warum immer ich die Vollidioten kriege? It was out. It was out. Ah! My grandmother could have seen that and she was in Hamburg.
RCA Digital Focus. So clear and sharp, you'll change your mind about projection TV.
Good call.
Among other things.
How's the chicken?
Ouch. You stop brushing with Sensodyne every day. Your dentist said Sensodyne every day helps take pain away.
You know, sometimes I feel like I married a dentist.
Sensodyne every day. Now for whiter teeth, use new Sensodyne Extra Whitening every day.
Even the cutest pets can be little stinkers. So use Arm & Hammer Carpet and Room Deodorizer with the power of baking soda. Look, our odor detector shows strong pet odors, but Super Pet Fresh actually eliminates them. No buts about it. You need Arm & Hammer.
Officers on deck. Incoming. Fall back. Fall back. Flip, right, flip. Drop and give me 10. 1, 2. 40, 30. I can't hear you. 40, 30.
Next, a rematch of last year's semifinals. The Houston Comets and Cynthia Cooper face the Charlotte Sting and Andrea Stinson. The WNBA semifinals, next on NBC.
Semifinal Saturday continues with the RCA Championships. Joel Myers along with Bud Collins, Andre Agassi to your left, Ramon Delgado to your right. As close as you can get. This first set and a half. Agassi taking the first set in a tiebreak. We've yet to have either player win 2 games in a row so far. That is how tight this affair has been.
That's extraordinary.
Out by inches. And don't forget, coming up next on NBC, the WNBA postseason getting underway. It's game 1 of the best of 3 semifinal series. Defending champion Houston matching up with Charlotte. So stay with us. Dynamite point. Both players so close to flipping the tape with those ground strokes to begin with.
And finally, the last shot will come up for Agassi, swinging from his heels. 13th stroke.
His 7th forehand winner.
Oh.
That's compared to 8 forehand winners for Delgado. Delgado on top in aces, though. Lucky number 7 for Ramon. Agassi has 5 thus far.
54 for the tournament, Delgado, the leader.
Agassi takes it to 30 all, running his opponent on the baseline. That siren you hear in the background, it's on its way right now to the Indianapolis Tennis Center. Hose these guys down, they're on fire. They have been red hot. But Agassi was going to come up that slight opening because he had Delgado back on the baseline.
He cannot shake Ramon Delgado.
Another look at a first serve for Delgado. Game point.
Wow.
Just wide. Just wide. Great get by Agassi.
Sure was. Where are you, Andre? He wasn't there, but either was the ball. Well, there's an Agassi stroke, a swinging volley, and it doesn't work for Delgado.
So a gamble by Delgado. And the first break point of the second set for Andre Agassi. 1 of 7 in the first set. That first serve wasn't close. Now this was where Agassi came into the match best in the tournament, capitalizing on second serves.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. Lars Graf, who is sitting on that line,
overruled.
Has overruled. And the point will be replayed. Still a break point for Agassi. And Delgado may have something to say to the umpire.
Half the ball is on the line, half the ball is out. You see the mark and I see the mark.
How can you correct that?
Because half the ball is good and half the ball is out. So that's why I have to overrule it.
He doesn't have a better view than you.
What?
He doesn't have
He should. Maybe you're running in front of him. Maybe you're running in front of him. It could happen. It happens sometimes. Player goes in front of the guy.
Let's see. Lars Graf felt the ball just caught the line. And so
looked like a pretty good call by Graf, though. That
it did.
Yeah, part of it caught it, and part of it caught it.
Well, that's all it has
alley.
to do. All it has to do is smooch the line, and that's it. So it's still breaker. Oh, he comes up with a service winner.
Not a bad reply from Delgado.
Yeah, he looked as though he was going to get very, very upset about it, but he went right back to business.
Short ball on the return from Agassi. Delgado didn't waste any time.
You got to hit deep in this match. Short balls get mashed.
Another game point for Delgado. He's going for so much in trying to move Agassi around. That's wide as well.
And it has worked for him throughout the afternoon. This will go a fraction of an inch wide. But Delgado has played Agassi eye to eye and never blinked.
His 8th ace, 118 miles an hour. He's been as high as 125 today. His 3rd game point. Third time is the charm. So we remain on serve. A hold for Delgado. 3-all in the second set.
3 games on.
The match is now an hour and 34 minutes old. Most thought Agassi would be through in 60 to 70 minutes maximum.
Well, Delgado has impressed me the way he has kept his poise. He thought he'd got an incorrect call on a very big point in the previous game.
A break chance for Andre Agassi.
Questioned it to the umpire, but then went right back into his concentration, won the game.
There haven't been really any easy service games in this second set.
Each one broke to start the match. and we haven't seen a break since.
They settled down into their slam mode because they've been pounding it from the baseline.
Well,
Delgado just guessed wrong on that.
It just a guess that made him look like he was trying to save his head. And, oh, no, wait, it's not supposed to be there. And so you got to give Agassi an ace.
He was trying to avoid the 5-hole. Ace number 6 for Agassi. And a hold at love for Agassi. So with that little quirky play, does that change the momentum, especially in the second set? We'll find out when we come back. On serve, Agassi 4-3.
RCA TV with new Guide Plus Gold, the faster, easier way to find what you want to watch. Now that's exciting.
Another Nokia discovery. Small words are hard to read, which is why at Nokia, we make wireless phones with screens that are big, so they're easier to read. Inspired technology with a human touch. Nokia. Connecting people.
Want to color your gray beard or mustache and get a natural look? It's easy with Just for Men Gel.
You look so natural, no one can tell with Just for Men Gel. No one can tell with Just for Men Gel.
It's not regular hair coloring, it's specially made to penetrate that coarse, hard to color gray. Simply brush in and in 5 minutes, rinse. Now gray is gone, matched up to the rest of your hair.
You look so natural, no one can tell with Just for Men Gel.
At the midway point between Olympic Games, America's elite gymnasts gather. Dominique Moceanu. At 13, she made history, then starred in Atlanta. Now, fresh from the Goodwill Games title, she faces the new generation of American gymnasts. The U.S. Gymnastics Championships in primetime. Tonight at 8 Eastern and Pacific on NBC.
Huge service game coming up for Ramon Delgado. Agassi just held. Take that 4-3 edge. We'll see. He's shown so much intestinal fortitude throughout this match. Some anxious moments. Looked like a break coming up for Agassi in his last service game. And don't forget, join us tomorrow at Championship Sunday at the RCA. Right here at the Indianapolis Tennis Center. It comes your way at 4 o'clock Eastern. And will one of the finalists be Delgado or Agassi? A couple of mistakes early in the service game for Delgado.
And his vicious forehand did not let him down until the end of the first set. Look at that. Delgado down on his serve to 50% in the second set. And now with 3 forehand errors.
And Andre Agassi slammed the door shut on the 21-year-old from Paraguay. He's got 3 chances, but only 1 of 8 so far. One eludes him. 1 for 9. The pass by Agassi after he had been on the defensive. A late and indecisive approach by Delgado.
Yeah, he got a little desperate there in the break point, and Agassi was ready. Delgado did not respond very well. I think he's a little tired, and he's going to be much more tired. He hadn't lost his serve since the opening game of the match.
Now Agassi serving for the match. Agassi, don't forget his last service game. He held it love. Double faults as soon as I say that. His 4th of the match. With authority after he used the kicker to take him out of the court.
Even though Delgado did field that kicking serve, he was out of the point from that moment.
Agassi 3 points away from a date with us tomorrow at 4 o'clock Eastern. And again, Delgado going for the gusto, going for a lot on that second serve. We talked about it at the very top of the telecast, though. He said he was going to go for everything. He had nothing to lose.
Ramon Delgado really becomes a name today. Nobody saw him beat Sampras at the French, except the 10,000 people in the Suzanne Longren Stadium. But nationwide television here, and he's making his name. He missed it. Andre, boy, it was a long wait for that call.
Agreement from the chair, though. Lars Graf looking down to the linesman.
Let's us look. What do you think? No, that's wide. Lars Graf is sitting on that side of the court. The umpire confirming the call.
By about a half an inch or so.
Yeah, if that.
Narrowest of margins. 30 all.
Well, this kid Delgado is game and bold. He took that second ball and came in. Brad Gilbert, Andre's coach.
40-30.
Match point for Andre Agassi. He's already claimed 4 titles this year. Ramon Delgado trying to get to his first ever final.
Well, this will be a big story in the Asuncion papers tomorrow in Paraguay. No doubt about that. The native son, and there haven't been many, has played a splendid match.
There it is, Andre Agassi in the championship match at the RCAs. It took an hour and 43 minutes, but nobody could have expected that. What a showing by Ramon Delgado. So looking for his 5th championship of the year. Agassi has a date with us tomorrow. The number 5 seed in the final. When we come back, we check in with the Sun America Sports Desk. Stay with us as we continue from the Indianapolis Tennis Center.